time, we have reached the turning point. And remember, the turning point is the most important event. It is the most important event that can happen in a story. We think that things are going to happen a certain way. We think, oh, okay, Peter wants war. Peter wants to fight his grandpa. He wants to win his room back. And this whole time, he thinks that he wants war. This whole time, he's saying that war is fair. All is fair in love and war, he said. But now he is beginning to understand that war is not okay. If we look at our notebook, at our reading notebook, so you should have your reading notebook. If we look on page 15, go to page 15. At the very bottom, it says that Peter realizes that war is not funny. Peter realizes that war is not funny. That is the turning point right there. Yes, Mason? Excuse me? Of course, you don't have to ask for that. Yeah. Go ahead and grab yourself a piece of paper if you need to write this down. If you don't have your reading notebook or if you forgot it here in the class, grab a piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper and make sure that you copy it down. Yeah, copy it down because then later you can copy it onto your real notebook. Okay, so copy it down. So Peter realizes that war is not funny. It is not funny. And so today we are going to, please meet me at the table of contents. We are going to write our new we're going to add in here. So go ahead and pin my video so this can be bigger for you and you can actually read it. Let me make sure that this gets, there we go. There we go. So turn to the table of contents and write in the date. Today is 1/28. I was just telling the class here in the building that today is my daughter's birthday. Little Ariel is turning 6 years old today. She's in kindergarten. She's at Sun Valley, and it's her birthday. So, yeah, it's a special day. And it's a special day because we're getting closer and closer to finishing our War with Grandpa book. Write day 23 on here. We're going to skip a day. Day 23. And we're going to write make predictions. Make predictions. Go ahead and write that down. I'll give you a little bit of time. Okay. Now, so today, boys and girls, I am going to teach you that good readers think about what is going to happen next in the story. When you do this, when you, as a good reader, do this, then you are making predictions. When you think about what's going to happen next in the story, you think about, when you think about what's going to happen next in the story, that's called making a prediction. Making a prediction. Everyone say prediction. Prediction. Hey, Lynn, everyone say prediction. Prediction. Good job. Yes, we are going to talk about, we are going to make a prediction. So here, we are on chapter 30, Jenny the Spy. Jenny the Spy. So go ahead and turn to page 106. Turn to page 106. Jenny the Spy. Right around then, while I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, remember, boys and girls, that Peter's grandpa is torturing him by telling him he's going to attack, but he's not telling him what he's going to do, and he's not telling him when he's going to do it. So Peter is so nervous and afraid of what is going to happen. So he's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Let's see. Let's read. A peculiar thing happened. It was a rainy Sunday. Mom was in the kitchen baking something with cinnamon in it that made the whole house smell terrific. Jenny was helping. After a while, Jenny must have helped too much because Mom sent her out of the kitchen. Grandpa was sitting in the living room with me. Dad was upstairs taking a nap. Next thing Grandpa and I knew, Jenny came walking into the room with my Monopoly game. My empty Monopoly game with all of the pieces and cards hidden by Grandpa. "Let's play," Jenny said. She set the game down on the coffee table. Boys and girls, what's going to happen right now? What is going to happen? Jenny wants to go get the Monopoly game, and she wants to play Monopoly with her good old grandpa. What is going to happen? Landon, I'm going to unmute you so you can tell us. Where are you, Landon? I don't see you up here. Wave so I can see you. Oh, there you are. Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us, Landon, what is happening.
There's gonna be no pieces in there.
No pieces? Where?
In the Monopoly game.
Okay, so he says that there are not going to be any pieces in the Monopoly game. Why?
Because Grandpa took them away and hid them.
Because Grandpa took them away. And why? Okay, so is there a problem with that? With Jenny knowing that Grandpa stole the pieces? Alana, what do you think? I'm going to unmute you now, Alana. Thank you, Landon. Can we give Landon 3 claps, boys and girls? Thank you. So, Alana, why is that a problem?
Because when Jenny's gonna know that something's going on between Peter and Grandpa.
Yeah, there it is. Jenny is going to know that Peter and Grandpa are fighting. Peter and Grandpa are being mean to each other. Peter and Grandpa are playing tricks on each other. They are at war. And so far, Jenny doesn't know. Nobody knows. The whole house does not know. But now, with Jenny opening up this box, something bad is going to happen. And let's see. Let's read. Here we go. Ahem, Grandpa said, kind of coughing. "Where'd you get that?" I said. I acted like I was mad. "From your toy cabinet," Jenny said. "Where you always keep it?" She began to open the box, but I stopped her by putting my hand on top of it. "Don't you ask permission to go into my room and steal my game?" I said real loud. Jenny looked at me in a funny way. "What do you mean, steal it?" she said. "Here it is. I think we should play Monopoly, you, me, and Grandpa. That's a stupid idea, I said. Jenny blinked her eyes at me. What's the matter with you, Peter? She asked. You're acting funny. I don't want to play Monopoly, okay? I said. I have my rights, and if a person doesn't want to play Monopoly, a person can't be forced against his will, so I'll just put the game away. I didn't expect Jenny to jerk the box away, but she did. And then she opened it. I'll play with Grandpa then if you're going to be so mean, she said. I looked at Grandpa and he looked at me. We both knew what was coming next. Hey, where are all the pieces and cards and stuff? Jenny asked. There's just the Monopoly board and nothing else in the box. There was a very long and very embarrassing silence. Jenny stared at me and at Grandpa. I couldn't think of what to say. Grandpa began to whistle. And then Jenny found the note I'd stupidly left in the box. Two can play at this game, she read aloud, but you can't play this game now. Signed the old man? She looked mystified. Who is the old man? She asked, and why are the pieces missing? Well, I said, there's a perfectly good simple explanation. Jenny waited. I waited too, because I couldn't think of a perfectly simple explanation. Something fishy is going on here, Jenny said. Grandpa cleared his throat. You both know about this and I don't, Jenny said. Are you the old man in the note? Grandpa, are you playing a trick on Peter? Me? Grandpa said. Me? Don't be silly. Why would I play a trick on Peter? Jenny thought about that for no more than a second. It is you, Grandpa. That's why you look so guilty. I wish you'd tell me. You know I can keep a secret. Stuff and nonsense, Grandpa said in a huffy way, like he was being insulted. One of Pete's friends did this, I'll bet. Isn't that right, Pete? Huh? I said, oh, yeah, right. Who? Asked Jenny. The older one, Grandpa said. That's right, I said. Steve did it. He's a lot older than me, and sometimes he calls himself the old man. Steve isn't a lot older than you, Jenny said. She would make a great detective, I was thinking. Sure he is, I said, months and months. So where did Steve hide all the Monopoly pieces? Jenny asked. And why don't you get them, Peter, so we can play, okay? Well, I said, you go upstairs and get them, Pete, and Grandpa, who stood up from the couch, and I'll just step up to my room and get me a sweater. It's kind of chilly in here. Now I understood what was happening. So I ran up to my room like I was getting the Monopoly stuff while Grandpa retrieved it from wherever he had hidden it. I met him outside my old room. A narrow escape there, he said. He handed me a plastic bag with all of the Monopoly stuff in it, and I handed him back his watch. Thanks, he said, and slipped the watch onto his wrist. This doesn't mean I'm giving up, I told him. Course not, Grandpa said. And I still owe you one, I believe. I'm going to drop the other shoe on you any day now. Then we went back downstairs and played Monopoly with Jenny until dinner time. Okay. So when the book said that Grandpa gave the Monopoly pieces back to Peter, I made a prediction. Okay, remember, when you make a prediction, you are thinking of what is going to happen next in the story. That is what a prediction is. So my prediction is that Peter, now that he gave him his watch back, I'm thinking that Peter is going to make peace with his grandpa because they're starting to agree with each other. They are seeing that war is silly. It hurts. Shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be in war with your family. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading here. Chapter 31, page 111. Here we go. The shoe drops. Kerplunk. When it happened, I wasn't ready for it, of course. It was an ordinary Wednesday, in the middle of the week, a school day. The first thing I noticed was that my clock radio alarm hadn't gone off at the right time. I always get up at 7 o'clock, but it was already 7:15. I leaped out of bed, tangling my feet in the blanket and falling onto the floor. Next thing I noticed was that my slippers were gone. I always leave them right alongside my bed when I go to sleep. Why weren't they there? I wasted a minute or two looking for them under the bed and in my closet. That's when it hit me. This was Grandpa's revenge. Are you following along, Alana? Now, this morning, that's why the clock was late and my slippers were gone. I rushed off to the bathroom in my bare feet to wash my face and brush my teeth. No toothbrush? It simply wasn't there. In the plastic water glass on the sink was a note. Use your finger, it said. What a furzy trick to do. I stood there like a dummy. Half of me wanted to run downstairs to the hall closet where Mom kept a few new toothbrushes, and half of me not wanting to waste the time because I was already behind schedule. I put toothpaste on my finger and brushed my teeth with it. It was disgusting. I ran back to my room in a hurry. I hate being late for anything, but I hate being late for school most of all. When I opened my underwear drawer, it was empty. There was another note. This one said, underwear in hall closet. I ran outside into the hall. There was all my underwear up on a shelf. I grabbed shorts and a t-shirt and ran back to my room and put them on. That's when I looked into my sock drawer, and that's when I saw it was empty too. Now I was mad. In a panic, yes, but mad as well. The note in my sock drawer said, socks in cabinet under bathroom sink. I groaned and said a couple of words I shouldn't use. Grandpa was turning my getting dressed into a treasure hunt. I ran to the bathroom. Check out this picture here. This sweet picture of Peter putting toothpaste on his finger. There he is. Okay, next page. Yeah, slippers. I ran to the bathroom again. Let me zoom in here. And looked under the sink in the cabinet. There were my rolled up socks scattered among the ivory soap, rolls of toilet paper, and a bottle of Mr. Clean. I grabbed a pair of socks and ran back to my room to put them on. Is this blurry for you guys or is it good? Blurry. Now it's blurry, huh? There we go. But by now, I figured what Grandpa's dirty tricks weren't over yet. I was right. All of my flannel shirts hanging on hangers in my closet were still hanging there, but they had been turned inside out. I grabbed one and fixed it and put it on. Naturally, I buttoned it wrong and had to rebutton it. My jeans hanging on a hook by a belt loop were inside out too. I fixed them and put them on. Then saw that my belt was missing. The heck with it, I thought. I was too late to worry about a little thing like a belt. That's when I discovered that there were no laces in my sneakers. I stood there staring down, my mouth hanging open like the sneakers were hanging open. I heard my mom calling up from the bottom of the stairs, Peter, you're late, sweetie. Inside one sneaker was a note, laces on kitchen countertop. I stuck my feet into the sneakers and tried to run downstairs. I couldn't. Without laces, the sneakers kept sliding around. So I had to walk like a crazy man to keep them on my feet. I came downstairs slowly in the second floor hallway. Grandpa had his head stuck out of the door of my room. He was laughing. Hey, Pete. He called to me. How's it going this morning? It's not funny, I said. War is hell, is what Grandpa said back. He laughed again, which only made me madder. He said, war is hell. That's what he said. That's what he said. Okay, so boys and girls, we just read that Grandpa is trying to teach Peter a lesson. He is telling him that war is hell. War is hell. And right now, I think Peter is feeling like he is in hell because he is just miserable. He's late for school. We're going to have to see what happens next at our next meeting. Boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you have a great day. Don't forget to go to your groups. Mr. Sarmiento, Mrs. Cerda, my C group kids, I've also given you, your math test. So please go take your math test. If you are online only, Stephanie, Rogelio, Rebecca, please make sure you take your math test. Okay, Jason, don't forget to take your math test. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.